to have the best possible care. So whatever it takes, I'll
I fucking did that. All right. So I revisited this movie over the weekend that from my childhood, but in hindsight, you shouldn't let your children watch this movie. It's called Sleepwalkers.
Right.
And it's I think it's the only one that Stephen King didn't write a book of. He wrote it straight for movie. And it actually was exactly how I remembered it. But as I was watching it, I was like, oh, okay, so it is fucked up.
Yeah. I had a movie that I'd watch on repeat, and it was Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
But it was
Malachi!
I wanted to be named Malachi, and
Fuck
I'd
yeah.
go to bed with a butter knife under my pillow until I swapped my dad's mate a fucking whack-ass hat for his pocket knife. And then I was like, Dad, look at this. He's like, what the fuck? Where did you get it from? I was like, I swapped my hat for it.
I got
he
a
was
blade.
Like, what? It's like,
Yeah.
how is it possible?
Malachi. More people should name their kids
It's a
shit
cool
like
name.
that, yeah.
It's a cool name. I really like that name.
But essentially, so I'm going to explain it so you never have to watch it.
Right.
Basically, opens with these cops. They go to this house and there's all these dead cats strung up outside.
Oh.
And didn't realize that the cop in this opening scene is Mark Hamill from Star Wars. He plays...
Sorry.
Yo, that was tough. And that's what, yeah. But yeah, the cop in the opening scene, Mark Hamill from Star Wars, random fact.
Yeah.
Gets into the movie, and it's this mother and son, and I don't know, from the opening scene, you know that they don't like cats. That's clear.
Yeah.
So it gets into it, and it's got the mother and son.
Or
and
it's a Chinese buffet.
Oh dear.
No.
And they're like oddly close.
Yeah.
And then they start making out, and then he takes her to the bedroom. But also he's like looking through this high school yearbook, and he finds this girl that he thinks is pretty, and like carves her initial into his arm. Like,
Okay.
and so he goes out and he grooms this young woman. He's like very, very charming, and he's got like a sick fucking like a Camaro or a Trans Am or something, like a nice muscle car. And so takes this young girl out on a date. Everything's going really well, and then she's down to fuck, because this guy he's like top tier.
So these are top tier ones that have the most fucking issues.
Yeah, but like if he wasn't evil, he would be the pussy murderer.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so they start making out, and then he starts like sucking her life force out of her, and she's like, "Oh, I couldn't breathe. What are you doing?" And then his face turns into this like demon, and he's like, "Isn't this what you wanted?" And he completely changes it up and starts trying to kill her. And anyway, it all goes downhill very quickly.
It is, yeah.
But the part I didn't understand about it is like these creatures, whatever they are, like cat people, they're supposed to be really old and ancient and doing this for years, and they find a virgin to like drink their youth.
Yeah.
But this fucking guy, this horny boy, was like just so down to suck soul that he couldn't contain himself, and he broke character. Anyway, the cops get involved, and then he's like killing the cops, and then his mum's killing the cops, and that's all a mess.
Yeah, where's his dad?
Fatherless.
That's the importance of being a prison dad.
Yeah. You get weird horny boys that fuck around like that.
Oh,
fuck around and find out.
Oh my goodness, that's wild.
Yeah. Another fucked up movie we watched in the weekend, I showed the girls Cat in the Hat.
Oh my god, that's actually cooked. Thing 1 and Thing 2?
Yeah, that whole thing. And like, but even like with Alec Baldwin, like, or the whole thing's unbelievable. Like, opens up and this poor mother's like on the fucking verge of a mental breakdown, and she's just pleasant to everyone, and her boss is like, if your house is dirty, you're fired. And then she goes home and her kid is like literally destroys the house, and she's like, I wish I could trust you. Bro, if that was my mother, she'd be like, you bastard!
You're gonna fucking hiding.
And like, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, yeah, that film was a lot, and both the girls, I think, were a bit disturbed by it.
Well, you got to teach them got to give them enough, like, disturbance, I guess, to build character, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing all right. I had a lot of disturbance.
Yeah.
Just trauma, like, healing with humour.
Yeah, that's it, eh? That's the only way. Yeah, you either laugh or you cry.
Yeah, sometimes it's both.
Yeah, you cry while you laugh.
Today, because Shane has been ringing me every morning, which I love.
Shout out, Shane.
Shout out to Shane. And she rang me this morning and we're talking about some shit and stuff, all good. And then Hayes just kept being like, like at my feet. And I was like, just stop. And then I was like, Shane's like, what? And I was like, looked up at the camera and I was like, Hayes is just like, like going hard. And she's like, bro, you crashing out over your dog. And then like I look up and all I see is you and the camera like, like going hard. And I was like, I've just had enough, bro. Like, I was like, fuck, this dog's made me, like, caused me to smoke again. Like,
Yep.
but she's only going to be a puppy for a little bit. I got to keep telling myself that.
Yeah. Oh, it's like with young children. It's pretty much the same thing. Like, you gotta appreciate the fact that they're young while they are.
I just appreciate that I can put her in a crate though and just leave it.
You can't do that with a child.
Upon if you did that to a child.
Don't put a child in a crate. Yeah. Oh. So this is Buzzy. Maybe I thought it was Buzzy. I was looking in the mirror before I had my shower before.
Of course you were.
Everyone looks in the mirror.
It's a typical Leo.
Yeah, just in love with myself. And I was going like this, like, because I get a bit dry around here. I was doing that, and I noticed there's like white spots on my lips.
Oh.
And so I squeezed one of them, and it's like a pimple on my lips.
Ooh.
But not a pimple, like...
pimple, just some pus.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I wondered...
I sometimes get that in my snake bites, and I haven't had my snake bites in for fucking ages, like years. And like, I'll sit there and off my shit and something will come out. It's just like lip cheese.
Not the lip cheese.
Not the lip cheese. Pardoo. Interesting though. Maybe you need some lip scrub. Or just get some like sugar, and do you have any coconut oil?
Nah.
Oh. Or if you have any coconut oil at some point, just put a bit of like brown sugar, or raw sugar, sorry.
Oh yeah.
And then just scrub your lips with them.
Oosh.
Yeah.
That's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, coconut oil, like... There was this dude who wrote a book about coconut oil in like the early like 1900s.
Yeah.
But basically, I think he was touring around Asia, and this dude went into this like healing man's store.
Yeah.
And his hand had been cut like right down the middle, like hand off.
Ooh.
And this medicine man just like lathered the whole thing in coconut oil, bandaged it up, and the hand fused back together.
It's pretty cool. That, and I've heard like honey is a really good medicinal, and like they'd use a lot of that stuff like back in the day to like cover wounds and shit like that. But it's actually really good medicinal. Like, you remember how I got those 3 copper rings?
Yeah.
So that chick also sells honey, but it's got gold through it.
Oh.
But like the honey, like a bottle of honey is like $100. Like it's like real healing like properties and like all this kind of thing. Like shards of gold.
Is that like that alcohol you get with the gold leaf in it?
Potentially, I'm not sure, but I don't know how it works, but I just thought it was very interesting concept to be digesting gold. But obviously we have all these minerals and whatnot within us, like copper and
I guess
stuff,
it's like if you're like iron deficient.
I don't know though, because it's not iron, it's
What's gold?
Gold.
You are gold.
It's like fucking sifting out the honey, eh? Like
Yeah.
trying to get the gold, like. But it's so minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's digestible.
All these fucking shiny bits in my honey.
We made it. It's like Winnie the Pooh neck level. Like, is that what he was fucking after?
All right, I got a hot take. So, I had one of the girls in the car the other day, and she'd made this like kawa lip balm, but also with like beeswax or
Yeah.
maybe a bit of honey.
Yeah.
And I could smell it, and it smelled like honey, but there was also a familiar scent in there
Yeah.
that I didn't like. I was sniffing for ages, and like it wasn't until the next day that I was like, I know what that smell is.
Well,
And low-key, there's like a hidden undertone in honey that smells a bit like ass.
either that or they just smelled like us.
No. There's this undertone in honey that smells like ass.
Really?
And then I got to thinking, what is honey?
This fucking comes out of a bee's ass. Just,
We're just eating bee excrement.
yep. Bees are bizarre. They're bizarre.
Bizarre.
They are bizarre.
Yeah.
You need them for the world to work.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
And that's why I like don't mind your neighbours with the bees, but like why haven't they hit you with some honey?
Because, I don't know, they're old and fucking weird.
They should hit you with some honey stuff, I feel.
Yeah, before I hit them with my car.
What's that for? Because you didn't give me any fucking honey and you've got bees in
Hey,
there.
what? No freebies.
Yeah, you got a free no free. No, I didn't. Oh, I don't know if you heard me before, but I was telling Tori that well, I didn't tell her that I think I'm autistic, but I think I'm autistic, like,
Yeah.
in the sense of, like, I can't stand
course you are.
clutter. I know that. I know I'm on the spectrum, like, ugh, but, like, to the point where I was like, fuck, organising everything, then organising everything some more, and then I sat down today and I was like, I might actually have a session, see how we go, and you're like, do you want to come on the podcast? I was like, okay, then I'm not going to do that, because else I literally would have been sitting here, like,
Just monged.
just fucking lobotomized, like,
Yeah.
just straight fucking, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still pretty keen to hit that cross joint, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
I have dreams about it.
That's kind of cute. Make it weird. That's kind of cute. Am I involved in the dreams, or is it just my cross joint?
I'm sure you're there.
No,
like-
I'm not. Am I? It's not cute anymore. It's just fucking weird. Oh, funny.
Yeah, I was thinking today, and I low-key was going through old podcasts because I'm not sure if I've talked about it before, but it's a good story, and I'm going to share it with you.
Go on, man.
So I don't know if I.
I don't want to. Actually, I'm done.
Bye.
Can you drive me home?
Yeah. No.
Stay here.
You're done when I'm done. I'm actually not sure if I've even told you this story before. Years and years ago, there's a very well-known restaurant in town, and I went there on a date night.
Yeah.
And we sat down and ordered our food. First dish comes, and my date on that evening, she started eating and pulled a long black hair out of her mouth. And I'm pretty chill like that. Like things happen.
Yeah,
you know,
happens, yeah.
can let that slide. She continues eating, another black hair.
Oh no.
Okay. Get the waitress. She comes over. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Takes it away. My meal comes. I start eating it. Black hair. I'm like, okay, this is the fuck.
Okay.
Call the waitress over again, and she's like, "Oh my god, like this is really obscure. I'm really sorry." And she's blonde, bearing in mind.
Yeah. So it wasn't her hair.
Definitely not her hair. So
Pubes.
she, no, too long and straight to be pubes. So she's like, "Look, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna bring you I'll bring you like a little entree just while we get this all sorted. I'm so sorry. Brings it over, and it's like cheese and chips
Yeah.
to dip in. Dip the chip in the cheese, pull it out, and there's like a clump of hair in the cheese.
No.
So we're like, nah. Walk over to the waitress, and she's by the kitchen. I'm like, look, this is the scenario. We've found even more hair, like, and we were looking around too. No one seemed to be complaining. Like, it was like a targeted attack.
Yeah.
Looked in the kitchen. Every motherfucker in there was bald.
Pardon? Pardon me? What the helly? What the helly? No carbe? No.
I want to know whose wig fell apart in our meals.
That's disgusting.
And the manager, straight up, he was like, here's some drinks, just go.
Are we going to name and shame the restaurant or not?
What do you reckon?
I reckon hell yes, even though it was years ago. You've got to let that shit go by just completely owning it.
Flying Burrito Brothers.
Oh, sad. They're pretty cool.
That was the first...
Is it the underground place?
I can't remember.
Oh.
It's the first and only time we went there. And honestly, I want to give them another try because it was a long time ago.
I think I've been there once and they were pretty fucking on, and their margaritas or whatever, I got wasted.
I mean, that's what you'd hope would happen.
Yeah, definitely. But that is disgusting. I think there's only been one time in my life that I can remember, and I got so fed, and this is why I don't eat in the dark anymore. So I was like eating my McFlurry. Oh, well, I do eat in the dark, but not that kind of eating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was eating my McFlurry, and then like there was this huge hair, and like I just sent it to like Tony or Georgia, whoever worked at Macca's. I was like, this is disgusting. And they just hit me back with, yeah, we knew it was you. So they didn't. They were just,
right.
Well, what are they going to do about it?
Yeah.
Fuck it, you know? And I was just like, oh. And now I just refuse to eat in the dark because it scares me.
All
especially if it's takeout, because I'm like, what if there's bugs in there or something?
Yeah, well, there's that dude in the States who, for literal years, was jizzing into the Big Mac sauce.
That's disgusting.
That secret sauce just hitting a little bit different.
And everyone's like loving it the way. Like,
I'm loving it.
I'm like loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Nutting in it.
Like nutting it. Yeah.
Oh, there's Paru. There's some fucked cunts, say. Look, why is there hair on there?
Because you're thinking about it.
That's literally on the can.
I don't know. I always wipe the cans down, though, before I get amongst it.
Don't let me think about it too much, because I actually think it's quite disgusting drinking out of a can.
Yeah.
You just don't know what it's like, it's gone through to get here. And now
Yeah,
I'm putting it
that's
up
true.
to my lips.
Especially this fucking thing. I don't know. This isn't made in this country.
No.
And the second ingredient in it is high fructose corn syrup, whatever the fuck that means.
This one's made in Australia. Did you see how like noodles were made? Like over in India somewhere, and they like got like their feet like all just, it was, oh my gosh. I felt disgusting from after. So what the fuck?
You know what? Social media has, as much as it's brought the world together,
It's exposing too many things.
it's exposed too much, and there's so many places that I wanted to go that I will never go now.
Like what?
India's one of them.
Right, yeah. Well,
Like, you know what I think of when I think of India now? There's this one random video I saw of this dude, like on the ground cutting meat with his fucked up toenail. Just like he had this sharp, oddly shaped toenail. And he was just cutting strips of meat.
That's why I don't eat meat. Purely for that reason. Toenails.
Yeah.
No good. They were my ex's parents they were quite bougie, so they would travel the world a lot. Like in winter time, you wouldn't see them for 6 months. Like if it was cold in New Zealand, they'd be in the tropical
Yeah, right.
land.
Nice life.
Straight up. And they had like a pretty bougie lifestyle over here as well, like real nice place. Anyway, they went over to India to get their teeth done and all that kind of stuff. Did a holiday as well. And I was saying that they're staying at like the dental, it was amazing. Like it was very flash and bougie, but then you'd walk just directly outside and there's someone taking a shit on the sidewalk, like in the street. And it was like, right. like the balance of rich and poor. Do you know what I mean? Like there was no middle bit. It was just, this is your reality of where you are.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit like, oh hell, like.
I mean, Bali was a little bit like that. Like, you'll be in your resort and it's all pretty nice. And you
Yes.
walk out and there's like cracks in the sidewalk where there's raw sewage just like flowing by.
Oh, no. You can't drink water and stuff over there either. You get quite sick.
Yeah. Even if you're brushing your teeth, bottled water.
That's crazy though, eh? That is so crazy.
Yeah.
I was talking to Mama G today about how when I first met one of my exes again, they were like to me, you don't drink much water, do you? And I was like, no, why? They're like, I can just tell, like, you don't look that healthy. And I was like, rude. Like, why don't you drink water? And I was like, well, actually, someone at school said to me, you can't last like 2 weeks or something without water. And so I've just never drunk water since. She was like, what the fuck? You're like 22, like 21. Like, what do you mean? This was at high school? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. But then after that, there's a reason why I'm telling you this, is like, I had to push through. And I was like, right, I'm just going to start drinking some water. Because at the start of it, it's quite yuck. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. And I really don't like tap water. Like, no. And so I pushed past it, and then I was like, oh, actually, I kind of fuck with water now.
Hydration's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's helpful. It's handy.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. But like the other night when I was fucking out after when I went over to watch rugby with Tori and Nat,
Yeah.
I went back to my shed and I was really confident drunk and started having this puff of a joint that I was passing around. And Darky came over and I just got to a point where I was like head forward, like just like fully greening out, and then I was like, I got to spew, and then like I literally spewed in my mouth. I was like, I'm not fucking spewing my shed. Like, this is my shed, and I'm not spewing it. Like, walked outside, hanging over the, but you know how there's like the deck and there's like the little hanging over there, having a fat chunder. But before all of this, Darky offered me water, and so I was like, had the water there, and I was like, where's this from? Like, in the fucked up state that I was in, he's like, it's water, drink it. And I was like,
hey, shush, you need it.
Is it from the tap? Like, it's like, it's fucking water, take it or leave it. And I was like, oh, all right. Then he had like the tiniest little sip, and I was like, fuck. And then, I got up and spewed, so I blamed the water. Don't know where it came from.
Well, yeah, never drinking water again.
Never again. I've had it. It's enough now. I don't mind the water from the gym. Like, if it's like filtered water and shit, like,
yeah,
I can fuck with that. But some old man, he's got that whole like $8,000 water filter thing. He's like, yo, I swapped this for some shit. Cost me like $1,000. And then I like Googled it, it's like worth $8,000. I was like, this guy filters fucking any kind of drug for his body, but has to have water. And I was like, about balance, right? Like,
yeah, you got to have standards
in some areas, I guess. Yeah. Where it counts the most.
Where it counts.
Do you know what a water tank's used for?
Like, what? Like a tank there? Like a rainwater tank? Or
Yeah.
I would assume for like bathing and washing up and stuff.
It's just it's just how you get water supplies to you.
Yeah.
Well, Larissa was around the other day and she's like, why would you have a water tank? I was like, what do you mean, you townie? And my dad, I could tell, was like, and he was nice about it though. I was like, what? Like, Dad, that was your perfect opportunity to fucking let one
rip into it.
Let one rip. I was like, that's quite funny though.
You don't look like a natural blonde to me.
I was like, fuck it hell.
Yeah.
But that water tank, because we had like a concrete water tank.
So that took so long because I thought this was a trick question. I was like,
no, I just wanted to generally know, because I'm like, how towny are you? Like, are you?
No, yeah.
Yeah, like, I just needed to kind of scope the field on these Wellington people. Like, like, what's going on?
I'm not that towny.
No, that's good.
Just a bit downy.
Anyway, we had this like, it was huge, like it was as tall as the roof of the house kind of deal. And me and Shane would like climb the tree and get up there. And one year we like, because you could see the fireworks when they'll go off at Manfield, but because everything's flat around there. So we'd put like the beanbag and stuff, and like we'd sit up there, and I think we had like a few drinks, and we thought we were so cool. And then like we were like too tiddly, and we couldn't get down. And we're like, oh, what do we do? She's like, you do it. I was like, no, you do it. And then we just got stuck up there for a little bit. I took photos on my camera, even
an actual camera.
Like an actual camera. I was like, oh hell.
I haven't had an actual camera.
I found my actual camera the other day. Pulled out the SD card, bro. Whoa. It's like, what the helly? What the helly no carbe? That's one you say. You know what I'm talking about when I say what the helly, eh?
I know the soundbite. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's
That it's going
originally
around. No,
from.
neither do I, but I just keep saying what the helly.
What the hell? What
And
the
then-
helly?
What the helly Ansay? What the helly Berry? Like, I don't know. And then now I'm like, what the helly no carbe? Like, what the fuck's going on here? But it's all good. I got my money's worth. So can we share one flame? No.
I light all my shit on fire.
I love a fucking match, eh? I love a fire. It's been the most like all of, that pile of fire, the firewood that I've got, like half of it's gone, bro. And I'm like, I'm at the start of winter. Daddy, can you give me some more?
I probably suss you some wood through work.
I mean,
It's just a bit of effort on my part, but
I mean,
I can make
you've
that
said
effort
it now.
for you.
You've said it now.
I know, I've said it in a very public forum.
Like, see, Eli, remember when you said this? And you're like, nah, Bradley, cut that shit out.
Oh, I was going to say, Bradley, last week's episode, the parts where you were chipping into it, you sounded very clear. Do you have a microphone set up over there?
What do you mean?
Exactly what he said, brother.
Yeah.
Dude.
All the words that I just said, that's what I mean.
Would it be through your headphone, maybe?
Well,
What?
yeah.
No, but like when you were talking, it came through quite clear. Like you had your own microphone.
Because other effects I used to boost up the microphone and clear up the microphone boosted my voice up too, because it had it in the
Oosh.
background.
Well, I like it. I like hearing your input. Even though the
I
audience
don't,
hasn't...
so shush. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Get out.
Done.
Yeah, no, even though the audience hasn't met you yet, I like that they hear your inputs. Bradley's
not introduced
Bradley's got
Bradley
some
yet.
hot takes sometimes. No, I haven't.
You a stink guy.
He's always busy behind the screen.
Yeah, all right then.
He's keeping this afloat.
Fair. Love your mahi, Bradley.
Yeah, I'm just here smoking darts and taking
Breaking
names.
hearts.
And maybe breaking hearts.
Typical heartbreaker.
I not to condone smoking at all. I'm just gonna show this packet right here with the teeth. So I rocked up to a bro's house one time, had an empty packet with this image on it, and I ripped this image off and I put the cardboard in my mouth before I rocked up. He opened the door and I was like,
How did it go?
with these teeth. He was
How'd
like,
it go?
what the fuck?
How'd it go? Oh, we'll get
We'll
cancelled.
soundbite that. Mm. Yes. Yeah, what else? Been trying to play more guitar lately, and I was really getting into it the other day. I was having such a good jam, and my guitar already only had 5 strings, and now it's only got 4. This is jamming a little too hard.
It's an ukulele now.
Yeah.
A big giant ukulele.
Yeah.
It's a giant.
Oh, there it is right there. There it is. Yeah.
There it isn't.
It's like a it's like a bass guitar, but without the bass.
True.
Because that's all a bass guitar is. It's the top 4 strings.
Yeah. True.
E, A, D, G.
All I know is my dog has fleas. That's how you tune it. The ukulele.
Oh.
It's the my yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could like fart to that just straight after. That would have been so good. It's just oh.
Yeah. I was telling you about that on the ride over. Had a couple of farts today that shouldn't have been trusted.
And you didn't. So
And
I'm
I
proud
didn't
of you.
trust them.
You're growing.
because
You're growing.
because I had that episode of the I think it was the first one we shot with the new setup, and I was like, about 37 minutes ago, I shat my pants.
Right. I think I remember that day.
Because you shouldn't trust a fart.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
Especially when you're over 30.
I'm still going to hold on to the couple of 2 years that I have, or 2.5 years that I have left. I want to go to Japan for my 30th. Do you want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You got 2 years to figure it out.
Yeah, good. All right. That's enough time.
Yeah, I reckon. I'll tell everyone, and then I'm like, everyone has children.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids and come to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice, eh? Yeah, I'm
That would be
keen.
pretty cool. I've been to Japan once, and it was obviously like pretty on. But I went over there and I didn't even try sushi. I was like, "What the hell, you know, carbe?"
What?
I know.
You didn't
didn't-
try any sushi?
For some reason, I didn't like it. And then when I came home, I tried it, and I was like, "I love this." It's like my go-to when I'm hungover. I don't know what it is. I think it's rice. I feel like I'm like, get in me and fix me. Like, you know, when you put your phone in a pile of rice when you drop it in the water, and Asian people come along and factory reset it and just replace your whole phone for you because it's in the rice.
Yeah.
No?
Something like that.
I need to stop.
That's all right. Can't be worse than the cast that we never released with Christine ripping into the Jews. I was like, chill.
Oh, Christine. Oh, that's crack up.
We'll have her on the cast sometime. She's good. It's good for a laugh.
She has a good laugh. She's funny.
Yeah. Oh, you can't.
Shame.
No,
Shame.
Not shame. I can fix
Shame.
this.
Oh.
No,
Fiend.
I can't.
Fiend.
You're done.
I won. No. Just make it a competition, eh? Like,
What else? Done any readings lately?
I've just been setting up my house, eh? It's
Yeah.
just been like my main mission. And obviously you came around, we did brought all that stuff down, and
Yeah. Well, it actually looked like he was taking more away than he brought.
he was, which was good. And then he went to my cousin's house after that, and I messaged him and was like, "Hey, I don't know if anyone's awake, but I'm just letting you know that Peter is on the way to your place." They're like, "What?"
Peter's
Why-
en route.
I was like, when he's on, he's on. He's no fucking around. Like, split knee and all, like, good to go. But I had to go because he got lost down Nine Street. I put into Google Maps so he could get home to Port Street. He's like, "No, girl, I need to go to your cousin's place." And I was like, "Oh." So he didn't want to turn around and come back. And so I was like, "Fuck it." And went and pulled up and helped him out there. And I was like, "Surely you'll be able to get home from Raumati back to Fielding." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll figure it out." I was like, "Yeah, good, because don't ring me at that time of night." Fuck yeah.
Well, does he not know how to use his maps on his phone? What do you mean?
I mean, this guy was in prison when like touch phones came out. So when he got out of prison, it was like a whole new reality to him.
Okay,
And then
but
like he's come a long way, because he used to just only have like burner phones and like, but you know those real short flathead screwdrivers, like the real short ones?
yeah,
He would use that to press his button phones, and then like that shit would, like, you charge it up and it lasts like 3 days, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, I was annoying the fuck out of him one day, and he's like, "Yo, stop it," because he was trying to like format this text out, and his texts were all text language and like cryptid, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, "Yo, stop it, I gotta concentrate, you're wasting my power." And I was like, "You what?" And he's like, "My power on my phone." I was like,
plug
"Oh
it
my
in,
God,"
man.
like straight up. But I reckon he used to go out with this bitch that would just fuck him off, man, and like send him so many messages on his shit ass phones that it would just freeze them, like, and like, so he'd just smash them, right? He'd just get so angry and he'd smash them. And like, he went into the warehouse one day and he's like, "Give me a whole box of those phones, like a whole box." And they're like, "Well, it's gonna cost you." He's like, "I don't care, I've got the cash, just give me the whole box of those phones." And then he just yeah, he only lasted like a month with them or something because he just smashed them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I miss those days of like, I remember one of my first phones I had as a teenager. I was like pissed off one time, and I branded it full force at the fence, and it exploded. And then I picked up all the pieces and put it back together and turned it back on.
And it still worked.
Yeah, of course it did.
Sure.
It was built to last.
That's awesome. My first phone I ever got was just one of those Sony Ericsson orange and white ones.
Yeah.
And like, you could record, it was like one of the first phones that you could take like photos and record on it. I was like 8 and I won it off like this hair product that my mum brought me, ripped off the thing, wrote my name on it, blah, blah, blah. Mum's like, you've got a package. And I was like, oh my God. I opened it up. I was like, it's a phone. I won this phone. And my mum's like, fuck. Like, I should have opened that package kind of deal. And then one night my dad got angry with me. But I felt cool, even though I had no money to text. Like, I would walk into the fish and chip shop and pretend like I was texting, and I'd just be like button smashing it, like trying to be a cool looking 8-year-old. And I was like, what the fuck?
I remember being like baffled. There was the random girl at my school, and I wasn't friends with her or anything, but I always remember her because at that time, you know, everyone had the button phones, and she would send. Should send like 15,000 texts a month. And like prepaid days, you know, you're getting like, I can't remember how many you'd get in a prepaid package, but she was having to get like, you know, 3 or 4 prepays a month because she was sending that many text messages.
What a slut.
Maybe. Who's to say?
Just popular. No.
Maybe.
That's crazy though. It's kind of bizarre how back.
But because you know how hard it was to fucking send a single message like that.
It was hard, but if you think about it, how times have changed. Like now you get free text, you get unlimited texts and calls, and we don't even use that shit anymore. Like it's all gone on data, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
so I had an unlimited plan. And I was like, I don't need unlimited, like, you know.
Yeah.
I've got infinity fucking, you know, data. Like, I don't need all that. So I went down to, like, I think a 10 gigabyte data plan. Bro, like, blew through it in, like, 3 days.
It's sad. Did you turn your apps, like, did you make it so it was app specific?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Right. Okay, Peter.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, yeah, I'm pretty analog sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But, yes.
The analog's like the clock that I can't tell the time on.
Can you not?
Is that with the arms? Like the actual clock? Yeah. It's just, I can get there, but I'm like...
It takes a minute. Just remember, shorthand is the hours, longhand.
I know that,
right.
But it's just the 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. 25 fast.
Yeah.
Math ain't quickin'. I mean, the math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't quickin' either.
No quick maths today.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. I kind of prefer being an analog person. Like, there's so much to know about so much. I don't want to know all that. I just want shit to work when I want it to work.
That's fair. Shane on the... Sorry, this is really random, but this morning, she's like, bro, last night I just watched heaps of reels and on like World War III happening, and I like started freaking out, and I was like, blah blah blah, and I was like, I don't sound so crazy about wanting that underground bunker now, do I? And she's like, nah, we should all pitch in. I was like, that's what I've been fucking saying for years. We all just need to pitch in, buy a bit of land.
Too late, you're not invited.
You fucking stay over there with yours. But then I was also thinking about that topic, and I was like, if the world was to turn that way and like massive nuke bombs were just going off everywhere, would you want to survive it? Like to live underground, to live like Fallout. Like obviously we watched Fallout, right?
Yeah.
You told me to watch that shit, and I did watch it. And like, would you really want to live like that? Like, what would the point be to survive like in that way? Like we low-key have a bitch about everything now. Do you know what I mean? And
no, but the shit we bitch about is so like superficial.
That's what I mean. And then so imagine us. Like, no, you do it. No, you fuck. Like, Shane and I would have an argument. Shane would be like, I'm fucking over this. I'm going to open the door. And then we'd have to kill her. Like, we were talking about this one. I was like, you'd be dead. Like, and then we'd be eating you. And then I'd be like fixated on your skull. Like, my best friend. Like, what the fuck? Your brain's so good. Like, why would you want to go there?
That's been a hot topic lately, eh? Was it, one of the girls come sit next to me the other day, and she was like, what would happen if we went to war? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well...
What do you mean? You'd be in the kitchen doing fucking dishes. I'll be out there shooting guns.
As if. Can't get those fucking kids to do anything. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Elaborate on what you're asking. And she was like, well, if a soldier's like, you know. Oh, no, first she was like, well, what would we do? And I was like, well, we'd just stay at home.
Yeah.
She was like, what do you mean? We've got to go somewhere. I was like, why? We're safer than our home.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, I don't know. And I was like, okay. She's like, well, what if soldiers came to the front door? I was like, well, we'd try our best. She's like, with what? A spoon? I was like, if that's what we've got,
Then,
yeah, you can't do anything in that scenario.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, like, make up some yarn and fill her with any false hope. Like, if it did go like that, it wouldn't be very good.
Look, your dad can't fight, okay?
I
No,
could,
you could.
I could fight enough, but I can't fight a gun.
Yeah, no.
I can't fight a nuke.
Oh, this takes me back to the conversation that my dad had with me the other day. And like, this is when I left here. It was like Good Friday. I was like, you know how I left and I didn't want to go on the traffic, so I went at like 12 o'clock at night.
Good Friday?
Was it Good Friday?
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, but it was
Okay.
when I left here at like 12 o'clock at night and I went to fielding and I
Yeah.
messaged Dad and I was like, are you going to be up at like 2 a.m? He's like, yeah, of course. And I was like, you silly question. And so I got there and like we hung out for a bit and then it was like to the point where I was like, he's like, oh, girl, you can just like crash here if you want. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay awake until the morning time and then go around to Chattin's, right? Anyway, he was like, we had big yarns, we played drafts, so we had a good time together, all good. And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna go have a lay, girl. And I was like, sweet as, I'll sit with you for a little bit. As soon as he jumped into bed and I was just sitting on like his little chair that he has in his room, and he goes, girl, I think it's at the end of this year, start of next year, pretty sure there's going to be a zombie apocalypse. What's your plans? And I was like, well, I always said to Shane that like if there was ever to be a zombie apocalypse, I'll probably come to Port Street and smoke meth and then just take it from there to see how we go. And he was like, well, like, will you be smoking it with me? And I was like, well, yeah, where else would I fucking get it from? And also, I don't know how to fucking burn that shit by myself. I don't want to waste it. And he's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, Dad? He's like, yeah. I was like, can you overdose on meth? And he's like, not with that Heidi blood in you, girl. You'll be sweet. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? And he's like, girl, I'll just leather myself up. Zombies come in and be like, take me as I am. And then you just get this gun and I was like, what the fuck? Take you in what way? Why are you leathering yourself up? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, yeah, nah. Anyway, have you thought of any names for your dog? Because I hadn't got Hayes yet. And I was like, what? How do we go from
You
that?
fucking ADD motherfucker.
Straight up. And I was like, oh my goodness, I think you need to go to sleep. And then, yeah, he finally crashed out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go now. Shane rings me like first thing in the morning. She's like, okay, I'm making you some eggs. Come round. I was like, sure.
I'm sure.
I got there. She's like, I haven't made your eggs yet because I never know whether you're going to be here instantly or like 3 hours down the track. I was like, you know me so well. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, I've left here a few times. I'm like, hey, I'm leaving here now. And so, like, I should, theoretically, that word, speaking,
Yep.
get there within like 2 hours, but she gives me at least 5.
That's a nice
She just knows
window.
me. She just knows that I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll go see this person. But yeah.
Yeah, I like that vibe, though. That kind of reminds me of when me and the bro used to go to town. And sometimes it would only walk like 100 meters in like a 4-hour period because we'd just bump into random people and stop for a yarn.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of town, though, I got on my memories flashback on Snapchat of you just passed out at the BYO. You know how you went to like a restaurant and you could BYO and you took the scanner
Yeah.
and everything, they went and put it back, and then
Yeah.
the next minute you just like passed out on the side of the street.
Yeah.
Like, you look so like you've got a filter on your face though. You just look so like Sleeping Beauty, like someone's jacket. Yeah, pretty much. But you're like, I was like, no.
Yeah. Until Victoria rocked up and she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, get in the car.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get off the road.
Get off the street, peasant.
You peasant.
You pretty peasant.
Yeah. This guy again is pregnant missus to come pick him up.
You see that much white? You see that fella pregnant or? Yeah, probably she was a week.
No, probably not too much. It was last June, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting night. I had those flashbacks come up for me too. And there's this one dude I met while we were at the restaurant. I was on my way to take a piss, and this random dude was there.
followed you.
And then, no, he was just in the hallway, but there was this big mirrored wall, like, in the hallway.
We should notice the mirror. Sorry.
And, and we got to chatting. I'll show the video later. And I was like, I remember being like, are you on something to this guy?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And then I pulled my camera out and I was like, guys, tell me this guy's not on something. His fucking eyes are like dinner plates.
Only because you wanted in. Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder how that guy's doing.
Oh, I wonder. Did you get his name or just no? Because he didn't confess what he was on.
Nah, but he low-key was telling me he was like about the power of Christ and all that, but he looked fucked on drugs.
Oh, well, that'll do it to you sometimes.
The
power of Christ compel you.
compel me to do these drugs. Yeah.
Funny. Have you seen This Is the End? It's got like Seth Rogen.
Yep.
No, is it got Seth Rogen? I don't think
Yeah.
it's got
Yeah, no, it does. Seth Rogen, it's got all those boys.
Yes, it does have Seth. Yeah, all the boys in it. Fuck, that's all I had at one point, and I just get real baked and then just watch it, like heaps, and then like got real paranoid about it. And I was like, oh my god.
Like about the world just ending?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to happen, it probably won't happen like that.
Yeah, but me and Shane would laugh about how like, yay, we made it up there. We're like, fuck you, everyone. And then you get dropped back down. I was like, oh, that was quickly humbled, eh? How that guy just like cooked up a mad feed as well and just like wastes everything. It's like, you guys are ungrateful. I cooked you up all this food and you fucking telling me to get out of your house. What the fuck? Like,
Danny McBride's crack up.
yeah.
Have you ever seen Eastbound and Down?
No.
It's that dude in that movie who he makes up all the food.
Yeah.
He had this show where he's like a washed up
That's bullshit. Sorry, I just had Tourette's or something.
Okay.
Got excited. I don't know why. Anyway.
Right on.
Sorry.
And he's like a washed up baseball star.
Right.
And he like goes back to his hometown. He's run out of money and he's living with his brother and he's like trying to kick his career off again. And the only thing he's got going for him is he's got just the mad self-confidence. He's like, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah. Get it.
And you better learn.
Confidence is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he's not the man, but he so believes it that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to be at in your mind, to be honest with you.
No, I would much rather be less competent than I am, but more confident.
Yeah. There's just a fine balance, where it's like, before it becomes ignorant, you know? Like,
yeah, because there's some people who are like, I'm the fucking man, and they actually just suck.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%. But also, like, on that note as well, like, and my old man always used to say to me, like, wealth starts in your mind. Like, you can have all the money in the world, and if you're not happy with yourself and who you are as a person, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, and you can have nothing, but if you're happy, I'd like imagine having nothing and not being happy. Like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, eh?
It is a lot of people. It's quite sad to see though, because if you've got a mind where you're happy and you see opportunity, well then the world is your fucking oyster, literally.
But like, there's something really beautiful, and don't anybody fucking take this the wrong way, but there's something really beautiful about Down syndrome. Oh
yeah, because they're the opposite of Down. They're always fucking happy. It should be happy syndrome.
Yeah, uppers.
Up the syndromes.
Yeah,
definitely. It's because they are happy in their mind. They don't give a fuck. Like debating in public and tonguing you out, like visually, because I worked with them. I can say that, and that motherfucker did not care. Like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely saw a Down syndrome jerking himself in a Burger King.
Oh, it was next level.
But he was happy about it too.
He didn't give a fuck. No one looked at like. I had one where I would take for walks with the group of men and he'd start cracking up laughing and you'd look back and he'd be like, straight out of his pants. I'm like, stop it. I've had enough. And like one time he cornered me. I don't flat chested. I was like, no, stop. Naughty. Get to your room. As happy as. Bro, it was a lot, okay?
Oh no.
Such a different world pre-COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, like, the whole perspective shift, like, a few key things had to happen, but, like, one, women started speaking up about times that men have been dodgy,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much every minority was like, yeah, no, we've had enough of white men. And those two things
That's
happen.
for you.
Hey, I'm a mutt.
Cancelled.
I'm a mutt. I don't identify as white. I just identify.
I'm a black lesbian.
My name is Murd. Yeah, that song's been stuck in my head all day. Have you heard that premise?
No.
It's just like it's got this rolling bass
Do
line.
you know what?
And then he's just like, my name is Murd. And that's the whole song. My name is Murd. My name is Murd. There's other lyrics, but I don't remember them. If this gets my fucking YouTube page cancelled,
Oh, can I do that?
I don't know.
Do you know what the song is?
Not yet. Oh, oosh. More than meets the eye.
Straight up. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
cut it now,
I
just in
found
case.
I found it, and I was like, this actually goes pretty hard.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever watched the original movie?
Like, with the cartoon?
The animated one?
No, but my brothers, because they were like, that was their kind of era, had a really cool pillowcase,
Oosh.
and I fucked with it hard, man. And I'm sad that I don't have it still. But it was one of my favorite, like, I chose a pillowcase, and it was that. It's really random, but.
That's all right.
And then I'd slide my butter knife underneath it and be like, I want to be called Malachi.
Well, that's okay. I had a
It's okay, I'll allow it. I'll hold space for a very, very small amount of space, but I'll hold it.
I remember when I was like 4 or 5, I had this teddy bear called Suki that I would hump. Because I didn't know what that meant. I knew that we were the same size, and
I'm gonna help you sleep. It's wild.
yeah.
My, it's called, his name's Monkey, and it's just my monkey Teddy, and my brother brought it for me when I was like 4,
Yo.
and I've just had it ever since. And Thomas the dog, you remember that dog, fucking ripped its eyeball out, bro, and I was like, you need to fix this. You need to fix this now, because what the fuck? Anyway, Hayes the other day had it. I was like,
Release!
it's like, no. You've got your own toys that you can fuck with. Don't fuck with mine. And then I was looking at my bed and I was like, I need to grow up. I've got all my little soft toys like with me. But kind of side funny story. Actually, in my house, the ceilings were so big. We got raided one day, right? I opened the door to just let them in because I was like, Dad, the police are here. And it was like, they raided the house. Anyway, I was like, you can look in my room if you want, like, real, like, proud to show them my room, low-key. And I was like, and they're like, oh, there's heaps of, like, soft toys, teddies and stuff, because I'm going to, like, kind of, like, rip them all apart and have a look in there kind of deal. And then I was like, there's more up there. And I pointed up, and I shit you not, there would have been a hammock as wide as this, like, from, like, up there to there.
Yeah.
And probably a little bit longer, filled with teddies.
Oh, shit.
And they were just like, oh. And I was like, look at my teddy collection. Like, just so wrapped down, like, oblivious to what was actually happening. And I was just like,
You sit there and watch them rip all your teddies to shreds.
no, they didn't. They didn't rip my teddies to
That's
shreds, which was
nice.
good. But I was just like, looking back on it, I was so excited about them coming to my house. I think I told it at like the what happened in your weekend story on Monday? Like,
And we had all the police come over.
straight up. And I was like, oh my God. But also another kind of like side note to that story is that the police actually tampered with the evidence, and so they were trying to take Dad's house and shit from him and saying that it was all drug money and whatnot. But they photoshopped the plants because the plants were only like baby plants. But they
Good one. One fucking job.
They forgot to photoshop the compost in the background or something. So like the lawyers took it up there and was like, it's being tampered with, the evidence, and so we got off completely. But I was like, wild, like, you were that sort, like, after him? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy, but lucky motherfucker.
CMF.
I might get that tattooed soon.
Yo.
I told you the text he sent me, right?
Which one?
About CMF forever, girl. Hey, I
Oh, yeah.
want to be the prospectors.
Yeah.
Since I've asked you to join, though, that means that you'd have your own prospector, and I just hit him back with like, bitch, you've been wrapped around my finger since I slid out of my mum's cunt. What do you mean? Like, sorry, that was very explicit, but Bradley can fix that one up. And then I was like, anything I ask, will you get me? So like, I am top dog when it comes to CMF.
Oh yeah, so that's
You
one.
are my prospector.
That's one thing I've learned very recently about Bradley and his editing
Yes.
is that beware what you say because he won't edit it out. Because there was an episode a couple weeks back, and I gave him the just give it a some things I'm gonna say. And then he didn't cut it, and I just kept talking, and wow, that's on the internet now. But anyway, here we are.
Moving on.
It's cool. Love your work, Bradley.
Really don't give no fucks.
Yo.
Yeah. Funny.
Yeah. Thoughts, Bradley? Don't know. Just in general.
I mean, thoughts and
Like, what are they? What are thoughts?
What
You guys
even
have
is a
thoughts?
thought?
Thoughts are our reality.
Facts.
Yeah, nice. I love
Shot, Bradley. Fuck yeah. Doing great. I like that.
this now. Like everything's melting around me.
Yeah. And interesting about we've bombed 3 sites in Iran. Spectacular job.
Pardon?
I've done a very terrible Donald Trump impression.
Oh my goodness. It's like, what?
And then took her jabs. Yeah, pretty crazy about old mate bombing Iran the other day.
I mean,
You hear about that? You following the news?
No, I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news for years.
Shot.
It's-
Probably for the best.
Like, the last time I watched the news, just real quick, it would have been roughly 8 years ago, and I was living with Delaney, and she's like, should we watch we're sitting down eating dinner, and she's like, should we do like the family thing and watch 6 o'clock news? I was like, what do you mean? Don't do that. I was like, bro, there'll be a bomb happening in London or something, and like the world will be ending. And I shit you not, bro. We turned it on, and there was a bomb that happened in London on the train terminals, and I was like, turn it off. I've had enough. Like,
I fucking called
I
it.
called it, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, oh my God. And I was like, it's just like a real life horror movie that we're all just
Yeah.
zoned into, you know? But anyway, continue. You could share some with me.
So basically, like, I don't have all the facts, but as far as I gather, like, you're either with or against Israel, like, in the world. But Iran is against Israel.
Yeah.
And they've been, like, a little bit cock-teasing, like, that they've maybe got nukes.
Right.
But no one knows for sure. But they're like, maybe we do. I'll never tell.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump's like, let's just let's cover our asses and we'll just bomb all of their nuclear facilities. So he just sent these these F-1 bombers or something and just dropped a bunch of bombs on all of their nuclear facilities, 3 of them, in 3 different cities, just in and out, quick as.
What happens though if you bomb a nuclear plant and it's got an actual bomb in it? Is that not just setting off.
Yeah, that seems like a really
Bomb?
bad idea.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how you've got this nuclear bomb set up. It's going to explode if you release it or whatever. We're just going to bomb that bomb so they can't bomb us with it. It makes no bloody sense.
The whole, like, nuclear bomb... Nuclear?
I know there's a fine line between that and, like, molecule and then, like,
Yeah.
the nucleus. Within the
Nucleus.
molecule, is it a thing? Like, you know how you've got like the round layer, then the little layer, and then you've got the wall? Is it the nucleus wall?
I just know, like, Jimmy Neutron, when it goes into his head, when he's having an idea and it's got that thingy.
I fuck with Jimmy Neutron hard.
That big forehead motherfucker.
I had it on PC and I'd play the game.
Oosh, there's a game?
Yeah, there was, and it was just like with the old school PCs, you know, like the box ones. Like, I would fuck go hard on that shit, man. I think I had a joystick as well and tried to like. And that's how I found out what masturbation was at 8 years old. I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Oh my hell. No
what the helly?
No carbe.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, that happened. And yeah, some people think it's great and other people think that's a bad idea.
I think it's a bad idea.
I think that when you start fucking around with nukes and being like,
When was
my dick's bigger. No, my dick's bigger.
Do you know what year Pearl Harbor happened?
One of the years.
Right. That
I think maybe.
That right there is so accurate.
I think in like the 40s.
Right. So Japan is still affected by the nuke that went off to this day. And when we went over to Japan, we went to Hiroshima. We went to the museums and stuff. And I think I told you the story in your kitchen the other night, but I'll tell you it again now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really read a lot of shit. Like, I just like, people like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I don't know. I just know it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Heard it somewhere and I retained it.
Yes. And it's not normally hearing it or seeing it, but
Yeah.
never reading it, right? But I snapped my other ACL over in Japan when I was over playing rugby over there. And then, because I was sad, right? I'm getting wheeled around this museum and I'm pretty much disassociating everywhere. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to read this one thing up on the wall. It was about this mother, and it was like the power of mum, the power of mother's love or something.
Yeah.
And she was in the rice fields doing a thing when the bomb went off and it pretty much exploded her house and shit, and her children were inside, and like a huge beam, supportive beam, fell on her children, and then she spent hours trying to lift it up. Like, the troops came, like some of the soldiers came, and they all tried to lift up the beam, and they couldn't do it. Like, right, if you don't come now, like, we're all gonna die, kind of deal. And so she was like, fuck this, and she lifted, like, got her shoulder underneath it because of like the radioactive shit that was happening and stuff. The skin pretty much started melting from it, and she lifted it up, bro, and like literally lifted this beam up, freed her children, and then just laid down and died. And like, you could see like the photos, and like you could see like, because all of the clothes and shit had melted into their bodies and stuff as well, but the children survived and like got out of there. And I was like, that is fucking cooked, man. Like, but it's the power of your mind as well. Like, love kind of took over, adrenaline, everything, and like, what, 6 soldiers couldn't lift that beam up, but this little Asian woman could. Like, It was pretty crazy.
I mean, to the smallest degree, I can understand that in a practical sense. Like, an example of that was the other day, I just had a bit of a moment, and Victoria was like, "You're good, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, don't worry." And she's like, "No, tell me." And I was like, "Nah, just, it's too much to explain." She's like, "No, tell me." And I was like, look, but like, basically I had an intrusive thought and then I had to just get over it because I can't do anything about it. So like, just don't worry about it. She was kind of pressing me for a bit and then she left it. But like, essentially that was it. Like, I think I had a thought about something bad happening to the kids and like just that wave of emotion that hits when it's like your most precious things in the world, you know, that you like would die for. Yeah. And you know, you think of anything happening to them, it's this weird, like, you know, if someone come up and kicked your dog, you would feel that, like, you
love you getting kicked
in your heart, you know, you'd be like, what, cunt?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit people, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's all that was. Like I just had that little, like felt like I was, and then I just had to release.
It's kind of crazy because you relate that to your kids, right? And this just took me back to like, it's like the person I love the most is Shane. Like, so I had a dream that she died, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is when we had like minute calls or whatever, and I just bombed her phone until she answered, and she's like, "Bro, what was it? You're alive!" Like just fucking bawling my eyes out. She's like, "Yes, I'm alive." And I was like, "I had this bad dream that you had." She's like, "Fuck up!" Like just shush me.
Call me tomorrow, bitch.
And I'm just like, "Hey, can you stay on the phone with me until I fall asleep?" And she's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And yeah, she did. But I don't know. I just can't. I don't have children of my own. Yes, I've got a dog, but like.
But you know what? That's so nice. I don't think I know a single person who would like, who would stay on the phone with me till I fell asleep. Even if I asked really nice, they'd be like, "Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, go to bed.
Yeah.
You fucking grown ass man."
Yeah. She rang me twice today and I didn't answer. And so like
And then she sends you a message. "I thought you were dead."
on to the next thing. But it was because I was on the phone to ACC or something. I had an important phone call. She tried to ring me and I'd like declined it. She tried to ring me again and it was like one ring declined. And she's like, finally got the hint. And then she rang me a third time and I answered. I was like, "What do you want?" And she's like, I was on the phone to ACC. She's like, "That's all right, then I'll allow it." And I was like, "You'll fucking crack up, bro." I was just talking some shit. But it's quite interesting, our friendship. Like, I saw this meme the other day and it was like, back in 2010, where it was like,
2010?
yeah. Oh, 2010, sorry.
We're way in the
Yeah.
future.
Back in 2010, how it was like, how you treat your friends or whatever. And it's like, "Oh my God, like, love you, like, rah, rah, rah." And then now it's like, next level or some shit. Like, and I was like, we've only just hit the 2010 era. Like, because we've never been very nice to one another. Like, we've just had like the sister bond. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the, "Who you smell, the fuck you looking at, get away from me," like just very aggressively, but we got each other's backs. Like, there was one time at intermediate, we had a full blown punch up in the cloak bay. Like, I'm talking ripped here, like, and like smashing each other over. And our other two friends, Ash and Grace, were there witnessing it all. Like, "Girls, like, stop it, like, rah, rah." And they actually like tore us apart, and like our bags were next to each other, and we were getting our shit. And Shane's like, it was like 2 minutes of silence. Shane's like, "So you're still coming to my house today after school or not?" And I was like, "Yes." And then we just like walked off, and these like Ash and Grace are like,
The
"What
fuck?
the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, did your dad go like grocery shopping?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm coming to get my burger ends and fucking wheelies. Like, of course I'm coming over." Like,
Come to get my groceries from your house.
So we're coming to have a feed and that's it. Play Need for Speed on the Wii and then fuck up. Simple days, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you ever play Need for Speed on the Wii or Need for Speed?
Not on
Underground?
the Wii. Underground, yeah, that was my jam.
That was pretty awesome. Every time I would like be ahead for 2 seconds, Shane would restart it. And I was like,
Well, salty bitch.
salty is. I used to rip her microphone out of SingStar. But see, like, that's what our relationship was like until like this year. Like, we've just been really nice to each other and shit. And like, she sends me a nice meme. I'm like, "Oh, you're so gay." No, no. She's like, "You are fucking gay." And I was like, "Yeah, but not for you. You're fucking."
How far through Need for Speed Underground did you get?
We clocked it.
I could never beat Razor.
Is it the end of it?
Who's the last guy?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Shane clocked it. Like, she was a pretty good gamer.
You ever play that one, Bradley?
Yeah.
You clock it?
Can you beat Razor? Is that a thing? Or does your
Surely.
car fuck out every time?
Yeah,
Is it a thing?
I think my car fucked out every time.
Yeah, did they rig it that way?
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that Bradley is like, he's fucking really good at every video game he plays. Even on the Beat Saber, he jumped on like
Yeah.
expert mode. It was like, da, 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 da.
It looked really
The
fun.
fuck? Man, I'm really excited. Is it this month? Oh shit. It may already be out. I think 25th of June. Remastered. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. 3 and 4, baby. That was my jam.
I got that on PlayStation 4 when it was, because I had the PlayStation 2. You could buy it off the library.
Oh,
And I got it on PS4, bro, and I was jamming it so hard out. Like, I got so into it. Like,
it's like the PS2 version, but you buy it off the store.
yes,
True.
and then you could play it. But this remastered will be fucking mean. But some of those challenges were so hard out,
Yeah.
man. So hard out. And I was like, oh my God, but it was euphoric. Like, it was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Pro Skater 4, I must have clocked it like 6 to 8 times.
Isn't that on Xbox?
Yeah.
It's not on PlayStation, eh?
Like Xbox original.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I fucked with a lot?
Mm.
Simpsons Hit and Run.
I never played that. Was that good?
It was so good. To this day, it's still good.
Is it like a racing game?
No, it's like a GTA but Simpsons.
True.
Like kids version.
It's like pre-GTA.
Yeah, all on par with, like, it's still like, it came out like PS2, I think.
Oh, yeah, because I remember Rockstar Games brought out that game Bully, and it was like Grand Theft Auto, but set in a
With Bully,
in a
so
boarding
hard,
school.
bro. Like, I think I had a crush on him. I know I did.
I
don't know
think
why.
I am
That's the
questioning
only-
my
that's-
sexuality.
That's the only guy I liked, was the Bully. No.
What a bully.
But that was mean, and I used to I clocked it to the point where like you could go get tattoos and stuff, and like
Oh, true.
yeah, like, and I'd love slutting it up and trying to kiss the girls,
Uh,
and then like get them into fights and stuff. Like we get
I swear, every time I hear about you playing video games, it's always you trying to get off with the other. Like,
see me catch me on Sims. What am I doing? I'm living my slut life on there, and that is my goal. My goal is to anyone and everything, and someone's gonna invite
everyone
them over to
pregnant.
my house and just smoking darts, breaking hearts, like vibes, like fuck it, just get money. Like that was it. That still is it. Was. It's still a thing.
What? No such thing as was.
But yes, Sims is the way to go. I used to get real dark though, and I would put my Sims in the pool. This is a kid. Remove the ladder and fast forward it until the Grim Reaper came, and then would just press play, normal speed. Oh, there's something wrong with me, eh?
Evil.
Well, there's a lot of things, but it's pretty hard out, pretty hearty. What was another really good game? I loved Crash Bandicoot when they remastered that.
Yeah,
That was pretty on.
I bought that the day it came out, the remaster.
Yeah, it was on. I really wanted to fuck with the remastered Spyro, but I never did. I wish I did though.
The remasters for.
I think so.
Oof.
I think so. What's another game that I really liked? Because my brothers had the PlayStation 1, and so I jammed that a little bit, but I had like Tarzan on there, and because I was obsessed with Tarzan, like that was cool.
I don't feel like they make good platformers anymore.
No.
Or like, is that
what you'd call it? It's not real world, is it?
was that what you call that, Bradley? Like like that Tarzan game, or like even like Super Mario? Is that like
It's
a
just like when
platformer?
they're running along the screen, eh?
I mean, it could be 3D or 2D, it could be a platformer. Yeah.
There's like the proper terms for it though.
Yeah.
And then something like GTA is like open world, right?
Free roam.
Free roam.
Free roam.
Yeah.
Because role playing is like when there's like text and stuff involved.
Yeah, that is a bit too
Yeah.
much for me because you have to
Yeah.
read it, and it's quite hard for me to follow along.
I remember my stepdad was real into, there's a Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic, and most of the game is like,
Press X.
yeah, it's like a lot of reading, and you
Yeah.
pick your, like, what you're going to say, and you slowly become a good or bad guy.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, he must have been like 25 hours into it, and I was like, are you still on this planet? Like,
Yeah.
game is fucking long and pointless.
Yeah. Have you played The Witcher, Bradley? Is that kind of like in between, like
I like The Witcher.
The Witcher's like, but that had a bit of story to it as well, eh?
Sort of like a free roam RPG game.
Yeah.
And it's sort of venom as well.
I enjoyed that though, and then I didn't play it for a long time, and I forgot all the combos and moves and potions to take when you go fight the monsters and stuff, and then I just get sassed up, and I was like, oh,
I'm so fucking,
now he's gone.
I'm so picky when it comes to video games.
Yeah, you're just still fucking rocking Liberty. Was it Liberty? No, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, yeah, actually, I was playing that the other day, and it's not good. It's just dated as fuck. Assassin's Creed, Hitman. I used to fuck with that. Hitman, you ever play that?
I played it once and I don't know what I was doing because I don't listen. So I was just shooting up all these random people. No, don't do that.
Yeah, no, that game's like there's no real way to do it right, but you get points regardless of what you do. So like, if you kill every single human being or NPC or whatever, like in that level, like you get a certain rating. If you only kill the person you're supposed to kill, you get a certain rating.
Yeah.
If you kill, blah, 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 blah. If you retrieve your suit at the end, if you use certain guns, if you don't use certain guns, like there's just a point system for everything, which I like. That means like no one's a loser. You're just doing it different.
Yeah. I was talking to Mama G actually the other day because I jumped on and I played a bit of GTA and I was like, oh yeah, I had a really bad, GTA 5. I was like, I had a really bad day. This is when I had my PC set up as well. So I had a really bad day one day, Mama G, and Waltz was there and I was like to her, bro, I just need to play the game for a little bit, okay? Like, she's like, okay. I got on there, bro, I just fucking stand still, just let all my anger out and I was like, all right, I feel way better. And she was like, looking back, like just like sitting behind me, like you're fucking cooked.
No,
And
I feel like that's.
I feel
yeah.
way better. Like this, I didn't go out there and just do it in real life. Like
No, straight up. Sometimes, especially like GTA 3 and stuff, is good for that. Like I had that the other day. I hopped on. And I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing a mission, so I stole a car and I just started mowing down pedestrians till the police started chasing me. And then I would try like get to the pay and spray before they'd fuck me up.
Yeah.
And they're like. It's so ridiculous. The cop cars are smashing into the pay and spray while you're in it, and then you come out.
And they're like, oh, who's that?
But then you like bump into one of them, and then you get another star, and they're like, "Hey, it's that guy. It's that same guy."
It's good, girl. A really good one for GTA 5, if you play that again, is you go into the pay and spray, but you park your car, so like you drive half in, but you don't go all the way in, and then you run inside there, and you just. So I used to get heaps of guns.
Oh, because they can't come in.
Well, they can come in, but you can see where they're coming into,
right.
And then you're just like I had the big, what's that called, bazooka.
Yeah.
Just like, when I was like, because there's a challenge that if you get all 5 stars and you last like 3 minutes or something, or however, maybe it's 5 minutes, you get a trophy for it. Because I looked in, like I got to the point where I was looking at how to get all the trophies. So like I was getting all the eating all the, as a peyote or whatever it's called.
Hey, peyote.
Yeah. Is it the
like cactus? Yeah.
So you'd eat them and then you turn into an animal, and it's each one that you do, you turn into a different animal, bro.
Buzzy.
It's so buzzy. Have you done that, Bradley?
Is that online?
No, that's just story mode.
Console.
Because you go around and you look at, because you know how you get trophies. One of them is like if you are not doing a mission, but you meet up with Trevor and you get Trevor, Franklin, and Michael. But like what you do is you obviously switch to them and you get them all in the same vicinity, and they're like, oh shit, should we go for a drink? And as you're going for a drink, you start shooting people and stuff, and then you get in like a pursuit with them and you get a trophy for it. Oh. It's honestly like you got to look at the back. Like there's heaps of side quests when it comes to, but it's the trophies that.
Fuck, I'm so looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh my gosh, I'm probably going to buy the new console.
Yeah, like no, that's why we haven't bought a PS5, because I'm like, if they bring out a new one, I want to get that.
Yes, definitely. That'll be pretty cool.
I don't want to, sink a
PC.
Oh yeah, that'd be tough.
That's pretty. Oh.
Well, how do you find that, Bradley? Because you do both. How do you find that switching between like gaming on PC to console?
You get used to a keyboard and mouse, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't easy at the start, but you get to the flow of it pretty easily.
What do you prefer? Like,
I prefer PC keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. See, I was always a controller.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never gamed on computer.
And then when you get the hack of it, though, it's so much better. Like,
there was actually
how good it is.
There was 2 games that I ever played on computer. One was, and I thought of it before when you talked about Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah.
I remember saving up my pocket money. I had $30, and I bought this Simpsons game, and it was so fucking dumb. It was I felt so ripped off. It's like the game it's just open world Springfield, first person, but like you're not even a person. It's almost like your Google Earth just driving around. And then, but you can go to the house, you open different doors and different shit happens, and that's the whole game. There's like no missions or anything. But we had this other game called Recoil.
Yeah.
Again, I've had this chat before. I don't know if anyone's watching. If you're watching and you've ever played Recoil, drop a comment. And it's basically like you just drive tanks around and blow cunts up. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
It's rad.
I used to love getting the tank or doing the money cheat on GTA 3, but you do a cheat with a tank would drop down, and then you get in the tank and you turn the knob around.
The knob. Turn that knob around.
What's it called?
The cannon.
The cannon around, and you'd put it behind you, and you'd be driving forward, and then you'd shoot the cannon,
and like boost you faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you'd be fucking up a whole lot of cunts behind you.
Yeah, I want to do the one with like zero gravity.
How do they work though?
You just put a cheat on, I guess, and it's like limits gravity or zero gravity, and just everyone starts floating.
Gosh, that would be bizarre.
Well, that's why I stopped playing San Andreas, because I was doing the career and I put the cheat code in to like get lots of money.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you can't get any achievements now that you've used the cheat code. And I kept playing for a while. I was like, I don't even get any fucking achievements for this. And it's on Bradley's account anyway, so he's getting all the achievements anyway, so. Well, shit, we've been at this a while. I don't even know how much space we got left on the computer. Oh yeah, did you clear some up?
Yo. It's 9 o'clock.
I know.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're ADD, baby.
ADD. What the hell? Anything that you want to promote?
Just good vibes.
Good vibes. What about I seen you? Hayes has a little page of her own.
Yeah, Hazy Gill.
Hazy Gill.
I think that's her name.
Just Hazy Gill.
I can't even remember. Let me check. Let me check.
Just checking.
Hazy Girl XO.
Hazy Girl XO.
And that was because Frankie's one was Frankie Girl XO. So
all right, Hazy Girl XO. If you like dogs, if you like dags.
That's on my Instagram, and also Tayla's Dreadful Humour is my Instagram and my TikTok. My TikTok's hit like 5,200, maybe close to 300 followers now. I hit 100k likes though, so I was pretty wrapped up with it.
Well, if anyone wants to follow me, it's just at Radford. Still sitting on 160 followers.
Yeah.
One day I'll go live when I can.
How many likes do you have though?
All up?
Yeah.
Like 11,000.
That's pretty good though.
It's mostly from that one video where that random girl asked me for a dart.
Yeah.
And then called me an ugly fat boy.
You ugly fat boy.
Hey, I is what I is.
That is what I is.
All right, well.
All right, car keys and anal. Have a good one.
Yep. What she said. Take care. See you next time.
Peace.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com. Onic.com. 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 Onic.